Hey, girlfriends. Good afternoon. This is Angela Jordan Perry. Peace, everyone. Girlfriends, it's that time. It's that time for another interview. So as you come on in, drop a 1 below if you are seeing this live and drop a 2 below if you are seeing this on replay. And our girlfriend who's going to be interviewed today, she is popping on right now. So you all get all set for this interview. I'm going to share it. Here she is. She is here live. And it's going to be a great interview. Hey, Sheila. Well, if you're seeing this live, drop a 2 below if you're seeing it on replay. And then also let us know where you're viewing us from, okay? So go ahead and do that real quick. And I'm going to hit my share. Give some love. Give some hearts. And hey, Katina, you're on there. Yay.
Finally.
I know. Perseverance, girl. Perseverance. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this and share it onto Girlfriends' Guide to Homeschooling. And then you can share it from there. So give me a quick moment to do so. All right, you girlfriends, go ahead and hit the share button. All right, hit the share button and get this out so other girlfriends can join in on the conversation. If while we're in our interview and you all have any questions for Katina, go ahead and be sure to let us know. I will be reading your messages. All right. All right, Katina, I have shared it. Look like you've shared it already, but if you want to share it also from Girlfriends' Guide, that's good as well. So, but otherwise, if you're set, we're ready.
Okay.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Girlfriends' Guide to Homeschooling. I am turned up for today's interview. This is another great interview with a beautiful queen out of Michigan. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. So if you're finding us in your news feed on Facebook and you're like, who are these ladies? Let me let you know who we are. This is Girlfriends' Guide to Homeschooling with Angela Jordan Perry. I am the host of this show. I am a homeschooling mom of 8 children, 18 years, married for 26 years. We are small-time homesteaders in the northwestern part of the state of South Carolina. And my purpose-driven life is to make a positive impact on thousands of homeschoolers worldwide. And I do that in part right here on Girlfriends' Guide to Homeschooling, where this gives voice to those of the African homeschooling diaspora, where we say hashtag, we are homeschooling too, and we are doing it well, and our kids are thriving, and we're building a village of support where we give this encouragement and insights for the journey right here on Girlfriends Guide to Homeschooling. But not only that, we have Girlfriends Chat. This is a podcast that's connected to Girlfriends Guide to Homeschooling. So for those who are interviewed here, we jump on and we do a Girlfriends Chat where they share on a specific subject from the interview. But not only that, we also have Educating Our Own, and Educating Our Own is a platform that gives empowerment and all the tools and resources from village elders who are going to equip, prepare, and catapult you forward in your homeschooling journey. So if you feel like, I can't do this, no worries. We got tons of village elders ready to support and give you some insights. So jump over there, eduourown.com as well, okay? So that's a little bit about myself and what this platform is all about. I come to you live 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays with interviewees from all over the globe. Black and brown families who are in this position to say, hey, we got a village, and here we are, okay? So without further ado, Katina.
Hi.
Hey there. Are you ready to make it happen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, let me tell you all, girlfriends, about Katina. Katina Davenport is a proud wife and homeschool mom of 3 children, ages 10, 6, and 3. She's been homeschooling for 7 years. Katina also has an online boutique for women called LattesAndMommas Tees Boutique, aka Lattes and Mama Tees Boutique, where she sells inspirational t-shirts and mugs. In her spare time, Katina loves reading, dancing, and going on dates with her husband. You can find more about Katina's work at www.lattes, and that's 2 T's, Lattes, and Mamas, MOMMAS.com. And on Instagram, she's Lattes and Mamas all together as well. Okay. So without further ado, girlfriends, I present to you Katina. But Katina, I have told the girlfriends just a little bit about yourself. Go ahead and tell us how you actually got started in homeschooling.
Well, I got started in homeschooling when my daughter was roughly around 3 or 4. And I didn't have much. I wanted to homeschool her, and I had just lost my job previously. And so I said, okay, well, we're going to just go ahead with the homeschooling thing and do that. So I didn't have any books. I didn't have a curriculum. I just started with a piece of paper and a pencil. And I started training her how to write her name. And we started doing that. We started uh, watching YouTube videos on phonics, the alphabet, and then we started to incorporate a little bit more as time progressed. So I just started simple with the sheet of paper. Here's how you draw your name. Here's how you write the alphabet. Here's how you write your numbers. Here is how you know, write this word. So that's all we did. And we did that for a couple of years. And we started incorporating curriculum, books, workbooks, and things like that. So that's just basically how I got started, just very simply.
So how was it like? Okay, let girlfriends know. I told you, girlfriends, she's homeschooling 3 children, ages 10, 6, and a baby little one, 3 years old.
Mhm.
And you've been doing so now for 7 years. So what was it like when you first got started? When you first like, okay, we got this paper, we're doing it. What was the journey like at this very beginning stage?
Well, I was wondering if I should do something more. In my head, I was like, well, I just have this sheet of paper. What else am I supposed to do? I mean, she's 4 years old, and what is there else to do? So I had to think back to when I was 4 years old and what I learned in preschool. And it was just simple things, numbers and phonics, simple phonics, alphabets and things like that. And then, as she got older, that's when we started to incorporate more subjects for her.
Okay, so was it an easy journey starting into it? Were you like, what's going on? I mean, it sounds just like this is what I did, and we just did this, and we just did this, and we just like
Oh,
beautiful.
wasn't an
I
easy
mean,
journey.
so was it just like that?
Well, it was, to me, it was an easy journey at first because she wasn't really talking back to me. She's just like, okay, mom, yeah, I'll do what you tell me to do, and we're gonna have fun, and we're going to play and do whatever. But I think as she got a little bit more vocal, that's when there's a little bit more of a pushback. Like, I don't want to do this, or she'll pretend like I don't know this subject. I don't know how to do my math. I don't know if parents go through things like that, but she was definitely giving me a hard time as she got older. I was saying probably around 6. So
6 years old. Okay.
yeah, around 6. So she just kind of like, I just want to do my own thing. I want to draw or dance. So and it was a bit frustrating, you know. But like I said, when she was smaller, easy peasy. But as time progressed, it kind of just, she just gave me a little bit more pushback.
Okay, all right. So she gave you pushback around 6 years old, and by this time now you all have been homeschooling, like 3 years, maybe 2 or 3 years. Now
Mhm.
she's got her voice, and she's telling you what she like and what she don't like. So what did you do, Katina? I mean, was there a transition that happened? Did you change the routine? She's telling you, "Mommy, I want to draw. I want to do my thing. I want to do this." I mean, what did it look like, for this place of peace to come about in this journey?
Yeah, that's when I really kind of started to let her guide because she just wanted
Mhm.
to do art, and she is a very artsy little girl. at the age of 10. She loves everything about art. Um, and we kind of let her just I kind of let her tell me exactly what she wanted to do. And so I would have the subjects that I wanted her to learn, but I would also say, okay, here's your coloring books and your crayons. Here's your markers. Here's all the arts and craft things that you would like to do, and just go for it. I let her sit for hours with a piano and just play nonsense. So she can get that out of her system because she loved it. I let her dance as much as she could handle, or as much as I could handle, because sometimes the music was just a little bit too loud, and I say, okay, that's enough. And she'd get to dancing and singing and, just, all everywhere. And she's still the same way at the age of 10. She's a little bit more calm now, but, she gets into those modes where I want to dance, I want to sing, I want to pretend like I'm a superstar or whatever. So.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So the transition to bring in this more peace and calm and harmonious schooling, specifically with your first one, was just giving her freedom to still be able to choose some things she wanted to do, basically. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah. How about your when you brought in this now 6-year-old? How was that transition? How did that start of schooling go for you all?
Well, schooling kind of, I don't want to say it, but kind of took a little bit of a back burner because I didn't have an easy pregnancy. And he was almost 10 pounds, almost 11 pounds when he was born. And I had a C-section, so I had to rest and I had to take it a little bit easy. So there were moments where I was just sitting on the couch and I had my little workbook and I would say, come on, let's get this done. And I would just be laying there and she would sit in front of me while I had the baby on the side somewhere. And I say, okay, let's do this assignment. And so I'll give her the instructions and tell her what I wanted her to do. And she'll go back and she'll do it. She'll come back and say, okay. And we would do like maybe 4 worksheets, or until she said she didn't want to do it anymore, or until the baby wanted something to drink. And then, we were done. The transition from, being pregnant and having a baby, because he was born in September. So that was like right around school started. And I took that 6 weeks, and then I had to play it by ear to see what would happen, because he didn't sleep. He slept all day and he didn't sleep at night. So we were all just nuts by this time because he just would not go to sleep. But somehow we got it done. When I look back at her portfolio, I said, we did a lot when she was going into kindergarten and 2nd grade. So yeah, we got it done. It wasn't easy though.
Yeah, yeah, yes. I can imagine homeschooling. I mean, I did the same thing. Homeschooling other kids with a newborn baby, and it was a lot. I remember doing that. So kudos, you got it done.
Yeah.
Well, take us to this is my favorite question. Take us to the day that almost made you quit. This is your day where you just like, what in the heck am I doing? I'm done. I'm over it. This is not for me. I quit. But you didn't quit. This is why now you're in 7 years. Take us to that day, Katina.
I did call my husband and say, I'm done. Come get the kids. We're going to school. Because they were just, I was over it. I think my son probably was, I would say almost 2. And he was a handful at 2. And it was quite different than my daughter at 2. Even though she was a handful, this was kind of different. I don't know how else to explain it. And so he was disruptive, and she wanted to do whatever she wanted to do. So I had to deal with a lot of disruption, interruption. She wanted to do whatever she wanted to do, and it was frustrating me. And I said, I can't do it. I don't think I can. She might have to go to school. And my husband was like, okay, well, we don't want you to be stressed out and sick and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not, and actually, I was dealing with the chronic illness during this time. And it was a little, it was difficult to deal with all of that at the same time, homeschooling and trying to make sure the kids were doing their subjects and watching my 2-year-old so he won't get into different things and so he won't jump off the stairs. And I remember the day he jumped off the stairs and her twisted his knee, and I was like, oh my God. And he was still chubby, and he could, just waddling around and just jumping off stuff. And I said, oh my goodness, I can't handle all of this. And I wanted to give up. I said, let's call East Point Public Schools and see what they got going on.
Oh boy, that sounds like me. That was me with my boys. Some boys are just something else. I'm gonna tell you. My second child was a son, and I was ready to sign him up for public school. The only thing that saved him was because he already knew everything that they were going to be teaching in public school. And I just was not going to give him a whole year of just helping the teacher teach other students. Other than that, he sounded just like you. But now he'll be 20 in a couple of more months, and he is just so calm, laid back, and just totally collected. But when he was a little guy, he was a live wire. He was all over the place, Katina. He was driving me nuts. So,
wow.
So I feel for you. Hang in there, girl. Hang in there. Hang in there. But well, take us to your most memorable day of homeschooling. So you didn't give up, you didn't quit, you didn't put them in public school. So take us to the most memorable day that you just, it brings your heart, moves your heart, brings you to tears, and you just think, this is why right here, this is why I homeschool my children.
I remember when my son read the word avocado. And he was 4 years old. And I said, I never sat down officially to teach him how to read because, he was like, I don't want to sit down. I don't want to, be still. So he was kind of just watching what my oldest daughter was doing. I was teaching her how to read. I was using some YouTube videos to help with that. And he picked it up. And so my husband called me and said, this little boy just read avocado at the grocery store. And I said, really? He read avocado? And to me, that was fascinating. So we took him to some other books and other words. And he read 2 other words. And he wouldn't read anymore. He said, nah, I'm not going to read anymore. He said it to me. He was about 4 years old. And so I said, okay, this is actually working. I didn't do anything to steer him into reading. And whatever I was doing with my oldest daughter helped. So I'm on the right track. And I said, okay, well, this will work out. Also, when my youngest daughter started reading at age 2, I wasn't teaching her anything. I was just, teaching the rest of the kids. This child she amazes me every single day with her reading skills. It's pretty good. It's very good, actually. And she can sound out words. She knows the phonics. And she's just enthralled with books. You will see her all of the time sitting in the middle of books around her. And she would sing to the books or whatever. And she'll pick it up. She'll open up the book and read whatever random words or phrase that she sees. If she doesn't know the word, I can tell that she's, working. Yesterday she was reading a word, passion. She was trying to read that. And she said some weird word. I said, okay, it's passion. You're trying to sound it out. And I said, okay, this is amazing to me. And I've never heard of a parent say, things like that. It was wonderful, and it warmed my heart. And I said, good job, Katina. I had to pat myself on the back, because, there's days when things don't always go well. And I said, this is great right here. So.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, girlfriends, let me let you know this is Girlfriends' Guide to Homeschooling with Angela Jordan Perry, and I am the host. And today I'm being joined with Katina Davenport out of Michigan, homeschooling mom of 7 years to 3 children, ages 10, 6, and 3. So she's given an account of her journey, her encouragement to pass on to you all what she's learned. We're about to dive in deeper on a few subjects that's just going to encourage your heart all the more. So if you are seeing this live, go ahead and hit a 1 below. If you're on replay, go ahead and hit a 2 below. You know I like to know where you all are coming from. So be sure to say, hey, give a holler out to where you're homeschooling at. And if you're not homeschooling and you want to, just say, I want to. And if you are homeschooling, say, I am. Okay? All right, let's do some, conversation. So more you all communicate back and forth with me, more people will get this insight. Facebook was shifted out to more people. So let's get some interaction on here, okay? 1, if you're seeing it live, and 2, if you see it on replay. And if you have any questions for Katina, go ahead and let me know, and I will be sure to ask them to her. Hey, Labisa, welcome on. Hey, Kim. Hey, Shatanya, welcome on to the show. And all right, so here's a part of the show where we're going to dive in deeper. We got Shatanya. She is the #1 seeing it live, and she is from Atlanta.
Hi, Shatonia.
So welcome, Shatanya. I'll be in Atlanta on Sunday. Hey, I'm going to see the Bill Pickett Rodeo. So I'm excited to see that. That's off my bucket list coming up on Sunday. So, all right. So, Katina, these questions are questions to pick your brain, okay? Where you can give quick answers. These are to be short, not quick, but, short answers, right to the point type of questions, okay? So, first question, what is your favorite quote or mantra, Katina, that keeps you going on this homeschooling journey?
It's actually a scripture, and it says, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. That's something my mother gave me when I was going through college, and it's just kind of stuck with me through life. That's just my life's mantra. That's my life scripture right there to give me strength and to keep me going.
Absolutely. And do you plan to homeschool your little ones all the way to the end, whatever that end is?
Yeah, all the way to high school, college. Yep.
All right. So what is this that's something that's unique that you implement in the Davenport home that you're like, this is our proud thing. This is something unique that we created. Share that unique thing with us, Katina.
Well, we're a musical family. My side of the family, we're very musical, and my husband's side of the family is very musical. And so we incorporate music all of the time. We have keyboards in the house. We have uh, drum sets, bongos, and all of that. And my son he's a very good drummer. He's played drums at church and actually just carried a whole service with my husband. And he's been into drums since he was 2 years old. My daughter, my oldest daughter, she's into dance. She says she wants to sing. And my youngest daughter, we don't know. She loves the keyboard. And when we come together as a family, we're always dancing and always singing. So even in public. So we're kind of known as that family that's always singing and doing things, and that's pretty unique to us. And I do incorporate a lot of music into our curriculum. They have their time for music, and my husband tells my son, okay, you have your drum set. This is what you're supposed to do each and every day. You're supposed to look at these videos and do these drum rolls or whatever. So, that's pretty unique to us.
Beautiful. That's neat. That's neat. Is there a specific book or curriculum or something like that you have in your home library that you feel like every African American or African diasporic home should have in their library?
I wouldn't say that specifically, but what I like to do is to get those workbooks with the worksheets, because as far as going to the computer and printing off things, I'm not that great with that. So if I have a workbook, it's right there, bright colors. I don't have to think about $50 ink cartridges. I can just spend $10 for each book, and then tear the pages off as I need it and stick them in folders. So you can get those at Sam's Club. You can get them at Walmart. They're just basically like the big books, the thick big books of curriculum, and it gives you an outline, a detail of how you can structure your curriculum. So it's really good, and I would actually recommend that to save a little time and money. So I love that.
Yeah, yeah. That's some of the things I got started on when I first started homeschooling. That's exactly what I did. I want to use those resources. So, what is the best piece of advice, Katina, that you have received along this homeschooling journey?
Let's see. Number one is to have support.
Mm,
And I think that's really important. You need somebody, from a family member,
hmm
a friend, to support you, somebody that you can cry to, somebody that you can talk to when
hmm
things are tough, because they do get hard.
Yeah,
Somebody that you can designate to tell you to keep going and not to quit. Somebody that's in your corner, because you're always going to run into people that will downplay what you're doing, or say that what you're doing is keeping your child away from society. And that gets old. You get frustrated with that when people say, oh, you're doing that homeschool thing, or are you still
yeah,
doing that, and is your child socialized? You need support, and you need that support too if you need a break, because breaks are important for your sanity as a homeschool mom. um,
yeah.
yeah. And sometimes those breaks, we got to send the kids away for a day or two with grandma. She's my mother is my support system. So if she sees me fledgling and I'm just like, oh my God, I just can't take it, she said, okay, just give me the kids, I'll take them for a day, and then
Wow.
you can have your time. Also, I know some people don't use planners, but I use a planner just to kind of see where we're at. And I kind of schedule their curriculum in that way. So I'll have a month of math, if we're going to prioritize a math month, plus add 2 or 3 other subjects to go along with that. And I do it for each child. So I get my ideas, I put them in a planner. Do I always follow them? No. It's flexible. So I just kind of
hmm
use that as a way of just writing down my ideas. Another thing is to make sure people respect your homeschooling time, because
mm
um, they can think just because you're at home, you can talk. That's not always the case. I have things to do, and I have things to teach, and I'm not
Yes,
always available for that. So just make sure your family, your friends respect that time from
yes,
8 to
yes.
1 or whatever. So
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite app or online resource or something like that that you use within your homeschooling community you want to share with the girlfriends?
well, for the little kids, my favorite YouTube channel that I used was Have Fun Teaching. You can look that up.
Mm,
They just use rap for math. They use rap for the phonics and shapes, and they just go through the whole thing. And while my children are dancing, they're learning too. Um, um, Another channel would be First Step Reading. I think it's called First Step Reading. Um, that's a very, very good channel, as they put together the word sounds, and it gets the child interested in reading. And it's loud. My children love loud noises. And so at the end, once they put the words together, it's like boom, and the kids are like, yay, yay, and they're picking up, words and putting the words together. Um, for the older children, you can look up math tricks, and to help you as a homeschool parent to teach them. So you can just kind of follow along. That's what I do. I follow along and I say, okay, well, I'm going to show my daughter how to do this fraction in this way, because it's just like a refresher course for me. I've gone through several years of math, but I've forgotten most of it. So when I do that, that's a guide for me to help me teach my oldest daughter. So
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, well, we're on the last question, Katina, the $1,000,000 question. Are
okay.
you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Katina, if you had to start all over again to day number one, all over again, what would be but you have your current wisdom, current knowledge, current skills, insights, convictions. What would be the first thing you'd be sure to include in your homeschooling this time around, or be something you'd be sure to exclude from your homeschooling this time around?
I would exclude trying to keep the kids still so much. That was frustrating for the both of us, for all of us, because they like to get up and they have to move. Kids are just like that. So I wouldn't put so much emphasis as, in sitting down all day. Um, Trying to homeschool from like 8 to what's the regular day of school, to 3:30, that wasn't working. And I was quickly wearing myself out doing that. And I wouldn't do that again. I would go with their pace because they do work so fast. I'm like, well, you guys worked for 2 hours on your worksheets. I helped you. We've done repetition. We did memory work, whatever we were doing. Go have fun. Explore something. Look at something on your YouTube channels that will help you learn even further. Read this book or whatever, or help mom clean up. Just things like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry too much about that. And we do a little bit of unschooling, but mostly homeschooling. I let them guide me. I say, okay, what do you guys want to learn? And most of the time it's outer space. I'm like, outer space? What? Can you pick something different this time? But they love it. They love it. And sometimes the kids will say, we want to go to the museums. We have great museums in Detroit. So they want to go back and they want to learn about the art. They want to see things. And, I just let them kind of take control sometimes of what they want to learn.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, well, girlfriends, Katina has laid down some nuggets that we all can glean from, some insights. I already know what I want to dive in deeper with you about on our podcast interview. So I already got that in my brain. I'm excited. These nuggets, yes, I got notes going on. So you all hit the replay, and as you're coming in, be sure to hit the share button. Number one. Number two, be sure to hit a number one if you're viewing it live, and if you're viewing it on a replay, hit 2 and let me know that you're viewing it on the replay. I like to know that information. I appreciate you all doing that so very much. All right, so Katina, any last words of advice to the girlfriends? And then also let us know what you have your hands involved in so that we can come and support you, as Sister Circle in this village.
I would say have fun with your children. Don't take it seriously, but have fun. They're little only once, and try to think about that as things get difficult, because they do, but just have fun with them, learn with them, and trust me, you will grow with your child as you're homeschooling and growing your knowledge and your skills as you are, researching. Because I do a lot of research sometimes in teaching history, and I'm learning so much so I can be able to teach my children the correct history. Also, what was the other question?
What do you have your hands involved in so we can come and support you, your Sister Circle?
Okay, so this January 1st, I opened up my online store called Lattes and Mama Tea's Boutique. And We sell inspirational t-shirts and mugs for women. It's a great project that, well, it's not a project, it's a business. And this kind of like a vision from my husband. We wanted to start a t-shirt business when we first got married. We've been married for almost 8 years. And so I kind of took that vision and ran with it. And it's been doing well, getting some great feedback, getting some sales. And you can visit at LattesAndMommas.com. We do custom work. So if you have any ideas, any quotes that you might see on Facebook, you can add that directly from the site, or you can ask me to do it for you. And that's pretty much it. Right now, we do have a back to school sale for our homeschool moms, because I have homeschool t-shirts that are directly on the site. Do you want to see? I've got mine on. It says homeschool proud, have fun, we're ready for success. I don't know if it's
cool.
backwards or not, but
It is backwards, but that's cool. That's cool.
so I do homeschool t-shirts, just things that come to my mind. So check us out, LattesAndMommas.com.
Yeah, we might have to talk about some merch for girlfriends that's got the homeschooling and educating our own. That's exciting. Very good. All right. Well, girlfriends, this has been a great time with Katina. Lots of information. You all, again, be sure to hit a 1 below if you're looking at it live, and hit a 2 down below if you are seeing this on replay, and let us know where you're viewing us from. I like to know where you are, to see where we are reaching out at as girlfriends. Girlfriends has got the homeschooling. So please let me know where you're homeschooling. But Katina, this was great. And girlfriends, as I say always, you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. All right. And this hour you have been hanging out with Katina Davenport of Michigan, homeschooling mom, 7 years, 3 children, 10, 6, and 3. And she has a lot of things that she learned, and right off the bat, some things she had to adjust with in her homeschooling. So if you're just jumping in now, go back and see the beginning and just catch what she had to say. Very insightful, very wise and poignant points that she gave, and some very good advice. So you all you're going to have to go back and hit the replay. That's all I got to say. Just go hit the replay. So girlfriends, as always, it's great to have you on here. Katina, Girlfriends' Guide to Homeschooling, appreciates you.
Thank you.
I'm grateful to you for sharing of your insights and wisdom back into this African homeschooling diasporic community. So thank you so much for
You're
giving her
welcome.
time and making this happen. So appreciate you. Now, girlfriends,
Thank you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Girlfriends. You need to hit the play button. I mean, the share button. Go hit this share button so other girlfriends can get connected and get some encouragement and insights. The one thing I hear all the time, I tell you every day without fail, I get a private message. Number one, screaming for help. Help me. I got a message like that yesterday. It's quite interesting. She's like, help me. I'm in Texas. I need some help. I'm homeschooling, or I want to homeschool is what she said. I want to homeschool my kids. I need some help. Or the second thing I always get from people is, I'm the only one in my area. I'm the only one in my area. There's no one else. I'm the only one. And so they're looking for support. And if nothing else, if we can't go there physically, then we're going there virtually, okay? And this is how we're doing it through Girlfriends' Guide to Homeschooling. Right now is virtual. You all please share. Sharing is caring, so make sure you do that. And you all remember that to teach a child is to touch a life. And as we homeschool, we not only touch a life, we shape the future through our efforts of homeschooling. So keep up the positive impact day after day and year after year in your homeschooling journey. And just like Katina said, she said something very, very, very poignant. She said, help people to learn to respect your homeschooling efforts. Teach them, give them boundaries, and let people know this time right here is dedicated to my people, my kids, my efforts of homeschooling. And we got to shelter that and cover that and protect that with all that's within us. So you all continue to do that and stay connected to Girlfriends Guide to Homeschooling. Go over to Facebook page, Educating Our Own Now, and go ahead and follow it. That's what it's called, Educating Our Own Now. That's a new platform I'm coming out with. It gives you everything you need from A to Z, all the helps in between, with lots of village elders who's going to pour out into what you're doing and your efforts to help and support you. The website is www.edourown.com. Edourown.com. Go ahead over there and sign up as a member, where you are going to be connected to all these resources and be encouraged and empowered. You know, we are building a village towards successful homeschooling, home educating, and this is what I'm a part of. So thank you all for connecting. Katina, thanks again. Girlfriends, tell a friend, tell a girlfriend, okay? All right, until next time, peace, peace, everyone.
All right, bye-bye.